Hello friends, welcome to the new video for class 10th. In this video we are going to discuss two topics. The first topic is resistance and second topic associated with it, which is Ohm's law. So let's start with our first topic, that is resistance. What is the grammatical meaning of resistance? See, grammatically resistance means to oppose or to hinder or to be in a state against something. ठीक है, कोई किसी चीज का अगर अगेंस्ट में जाता है तो उसे कहते हैं रेजिस्टेंस, राइट. सो रेजिस्टेंस ग्रामेटिकली मीन्स टू अपोज. हियर व्हाई वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रेजिस्टेंस इज दैट व्हेन करंट फ्लोज इनसाइड ए कंडक्टर देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच opposes the flow of this current. Current, you know very well. What is electric current through a conductor? We say that if there is a conductor and the electrons are moving from one end to the other end through the conductor, then we say that current is passing through the conductor. Okay. Now, if there is something inside this conductor which opposes the flow of electrons, that means it opposes the flow of electric current, that thing will be known as resistance. Okay. So what is electrical resistance? Obstruction to electric current is also known as electrical resistance, or in simple language we call it resistance. Now the question arises that why something opposes the flow of current. कोई चीज करंट के फ्लो का अपोज क्यों करती है और कैसे करती है? Okay. Why or what is this obstruction? This obstruction is because of collision of electrons with the atoms of the conductor, converting the kinetic energy of electrons into heat. Now you know every conductor may be of silver or copper or iron or any other metal or non-metal. When every conductor is there, it is made up of atoms. When electrons move from one side to the other side, when these electrons, suppose you consider this electron which is moving inside this conductor and these are the atoms of those conductors, then when electron goes inside them, it will collide with atoms, because electrons does not have any eyes or ears, so it cannot know whether there is an electron or an atom in front of me. So it goes inside the conductor blindly, and when it goes inside the conductor, it collides with the atoms of the conductor. Collides for the first time, then second time, the third time, the fourth time, and then finally emerges out. Now what happens in every collision, whether it is an electron atom collision or whether it is a hand to hand collision or whether it is a collision of ball thrown against a wall, what happens in every collision is that motion is hampered. मोशन को नुकसान पहुंचता है, ठीक है ना. यहां किसके मोशन को नुकसान पहुंचेगा? इलेक्ट्रॉन के मोशन को नुकसान पहुंचेगा. So while the electron was moving, it was having some kinetic energy. When it collides, it loses that kinetic energy. थोड़ा kinetic energy यहाँ पे lose करता है, थोड़ा slow down हो जाता है. And what happens to that kinetic energy? That kinetic energy is converted into heat. This is one of the reasons that why when some electrical device is used for some time, the device will get heated. Even if you use your mobile phone for some time, it will get heated. Why this heat? Because kinetic energy converts to heat. And why the motion of electron is obstructed? Why is this resistance coming into the play? It is coming because electron is losing its kinetic energy. Okay, this was the first introduction of resistance. You must know that what resistance actually is, why there is a resistance, and what is the effect of that resistance. In short, resistance is obstruction to the path of current or the path of electrons. What does it do? It reduces the current and it gets heated. Now coming to the second thing, which is Ohm's law. Whatever we study in physics, we requires the mathematics of it. So who was the first person who gave the mathematics of electric resistance? It was George Simon Ohm. What law he did, what experiment he did, and what the law he has given, he has connected a conductor to a battery. This is the battery, and the arrow means that I can change the voltage, just like a regulator of a fan. फैन का रेगुलेटर होता है, हम उसे 1 पे, 2 पे, 3 पे, 4 पे अलग अलग जगह रखते हैं. तो क्या करते हैं हम? वी आर चेंजिंग द वोल्टेज दैट वी आर गिविंग टू द fan. So in the same way, this is a regulator kind of power supply where I can change the voltage and I can set the voltage as I want. To measure the potential difference across this resistor, I have connected a voltmeter. Voltmeter को हमेशा ऐसे ही कनेक्ट करते हैं, जिस चीज के अक्रॉस आपको वोल्टेज या पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस जानना है, उन दोनों पॉइंट्स के अक्रॉस वोल्टमीटर के टर्मिनल्स को आप कनेक्ट कर दें. ऑल राइट, नाउ एमीटर. एमीटर इज हियर एंड इट इज देयर टू मेजर इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. कितना करंट फ्लो हुआ यहां से. ओके, करंट इज मोर तो यहां पे ज्यादा नंबर वाली रीडिंग आएगी. इफ द करंट बिकम्स लेस, दिस विल शो less reading in numbers, right? So this was a very simple experimental setup. Now what was the data of this experiment? इस experiment को करने से हमें क्या पता चला? Okay, एक चीज और, यहाँ पे temperature जो है, when I am doing this experiment, I am keeping the temperature strictly at 25 degrees Celsius. We can see from the reading, when the voltage is 1, the current is 0.5. When the voltage is 2 volt, the current becomes 1. Voltage is 3, current is 1.5. Voltage is 4, the current is 2. The temperature at all the times is 25 degrees Celsius. Now, although the readings of voltage and the readings of current do not match, ये exactly same नहीं है. 1 volt पे 1 ampere, 2 volt पे 2 ampere हो जाए, ऐसा रिलेशन नहीं है. बट स्टिल देयर इज ए मैथमेटिक्स बिटवीन दीज सेट ऑफ नंबर्स. व्हाट इज दैट? देयर इज अ सर्टेन रिलेशन बिटवीन 1 वोल्ट एंड 0.5 वोल्ट. देयर इज अ सर्टेन रिलेशन बिटवीन 4 वोल्ट एंड 2 एम्पियर. ठीक है, तो एक रिलेशन यहां पे आपको, अगर इसको ध्यान से देखें इन नंबर्स को, तो यू विल रियलाइज दैट दे आर इन सम मैथमेटिकल रिलेशन. ओके, दिस रिलेशन इज नोन एज ओम्स लॉ. इसी रिलेशन को हमने ओम्स लॉ का नाम दिया है. ठीक है, जैसे इस कंडक्टर के लिए, फॉर दिस कंडक्टर यू सी दैट करंट इज ऑलवेज हाफ ऑफ द वैल्यू ऑफ वोल्टेज. इफ करंट is 0.5, sorry, if the voltage is 1, the current will be 0.5. If the voltage is 3, the current is exactly half of it, 1.5. If the voltage is 4, then the current is 2 ampere, exactly half of this. Okay, so this is the data of the experiment, and from this data we can realize one thing. एक चीज जो साफ साफ दिखाई पड़ती है, that current is directly proportional to voltage. If you increase the voltage, the current is increasing. ठीक है, so they are what? They are directly proportional to each other. I can also write I is proportional to V, so V is proportional to I. It is the same equation. And now, if I want to convert this proportionality relation into an equation, equality sign, then I must put a constant. That constant is this. This is the constant R, and this constant of proportionality is also known as the resistance of the conductor. तो यहाँ पे if you want to know what is the resistance, simply to find the resistance, it is V upon I, voltage upon current. From this reading, what is the resistance? It's 2. From here also, what is the resistance? It is 2. Clear? This relation is known as Ohm's law, right? V is equals to IR. Exactly ये पूरा का पूरा Ohm's law नहीं है. एक चीज इसमें और ऐड होती है. वो चीज क्या है? ठीक है. Now suppose from 1 volt to 4 volt I am keeping the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, but at 5 volt I am changing the temperature to 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, according to this relation R is equals to V by I, the current here should be 2.5 ampere. Let me write. इस रिलेशन के हिसाब से अगर ओम्स लॉ सही होता है तो यहां पे रीडिंग कितनी आनी चाहिए? 2.5 एम्पियर. बट दिस डज नॉट हैपन. द करंट इज 2.2 एम्पियर. ठीक है. यहां से अगर आप रेजिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट करो, ठीक है, इफ यू कैलकुलेट द रेजिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट 4 रीडिंग्स, द रेजिस्टेंस विल बी 2. But from this reading, if you calculate the resistance will be more than 2. That means resistance has changed, resistance has increased. यानी कि जब भी मैंने टेम्परेचर को चेंज किया तो रेजिस्टेंस भी चेंज हो जाएगा, राइट? तो इसको हम ओम्स लॉ के साथ में जोड़ देते हैं, दैट V is equals to IR at constant temperature. This is the complete form of Ohm's law. Next time someone asks you what is the equation of Ohm's law, it is not V equals to IR. This is only half of the part. You have to also say, you have to also show that this relation is valid only if the temperature remains constant. If the temperature will change, then the relation will also change. Got it? So what exactly is Ohm's law? Ohm's law can be stated like this, that current through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor at constant temperature. Right? Now coming to the final part, that is unit of resistance. Everything we learned the unit. हम उस चीज़ की यूनिट, उसका नंबर देखते हैं. तो रेजिस्टेंस को कैलकुलेट कैसे किया जाए, इसी इक्वेशन से लिख सकते हैं. R इज इक्वल्स टू V बाई आई. आई को यहाँ ले जाओ, ठीक है. R इज इक्वल्स टू V बाई आई. दिस इज हाउ यू कैलकुलेट रेजिस्टेंस. द यूनिट ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस इज दिस सिंबल, ओमेगा सिंबल, विच इज ऑल्सो नोन एज ओम. एंड रेजिस्टेंस इज 1 ohm if voltage is 1 and the current through the conductor is also 1. So from this equation you can define this value of 1 ampere. How do we define it? When 1 volt potential difference is applied across a conductor and the current through the conductor is 1 ampere, then the resistance of that conductor is 1 ohm. Okay? This was about resistance and Ohm's law. In the next video, we will continue with more about Ohm's law.